What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've been on here. It's been a while since I've made a video. And I'll get into it. I'll just talk a little bit about why, and I have a little announcement to make as well. Tell you what, guys, I've become a huge fan of having this air fryer in the truck. What I like to do is I'll make salmon a lot. I'll put a picture of it here, but that's what I'm doing a lot of, is making salmon. And you know, it's one of the best meats out there as far as, you know, it's got the right kinds of fats, all that stuff. Very good for you, salmon. I pretty much have salmon every day that I'm on the road, and I love it. I've become a huge fan of making salmon right here in this air fryer. So 20 bucks for this air fryer right here is all I gave for it. You can make anything just about in one of these things, and it makes healthy eating on the road way more feasible. So if you guys are looking for a way to cook out here with not too much of a mess, in my opinion, that's a good way to go. And then after all of that, you'll hear my rant from a few days ago that I made for a previous video that I was going to put up. I was going to edit, but I scrapped the video. Had like 40 minutes, and it was just one of those videos where I spent like 3 hours editing it, and man, I just was not in it. I was not, my heart wasn't there. So, you know, it just came out way too obvious in the majority of the video. Just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about why I've been on here. Short and simple is, I just don't have much material anymore. I just, don't get me wrong, I am absolutely grateful and appreciative, and I couldn't ask for a better position to be in with my truck, but because of what I do, it leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to material. The monotonity of everything I do, is that a word? Monotonity? Monotonity? It is now. If it wasn't before, it's now a word. The monotonity of what I do. You hear that rain? Truck is off, and it's rocking back and forth right now. It takes that creativeness away, you know. I mean, now don't get me wrong, somebody who's a lot better than I am at this could be creative, I'm sure, but I'm just not, I guess. This is, you know, it's sort of like the truck market right now, sort of like the spot market, you know, the economy right now. You can make really good money despite the economy right now, even though it's a terrible market. But you've got to work at it, you know. So I figured out, thanks to the position I'm in and the opportunity that I was presented with, I'm still able to make a lot of money, and I'm able to turn lemons into lemonade over here with what I do. But I'm not very good when it comes to creativity when I'm doing the same thing over and over again, for the most part. You know, every now and again I'll do a different run. I'll do like a Chicago, or I'll do a Atlanta run, something like that. But the vast majority of the time, it's Harrisburg all week long. And so, you know, it just kind of, it's hard to make content about that. But that's really it. That's really why I haven't been on here much lately. But I'll tell you what, though, man, I've been keeping an eye on the spot market, and I've been keeping an eye on the rates, and I absolutely feel for everybody out there right now. It is, if you are just on the spot market right now, it's a bad time for you. You really need to seek refuge somewhere, guys. You really need to seek and alternative means. Heck, I hate to really even bring him up, but I gotta respect him for doing it. But Justin over there, Just Trucking, even he leased his truck on. I believe he's still running under his numbers, but he's leased on and pulling somebody else's trailer right now. It is a bad market out there, guys. You know, it would just behoove a lot of people to get off the market, and it would really be beneficial for everybody. Right now, it's really, for lack of a better word, it's a purge. Everybody that should not be out here, that doesn't know what they're doing, they need to sell their truck. And that's the only way that rates are going to eventually go back up. And my rant is going to be about that sort of, but more so a reaction to a video that I saw on Mother Trucker's page. An interview that he had with somebody. Oh, still gets me mad just thinking about it. What it does though is it shows who understands and who doesn't understand basic economics. That's really what it's divided into right now. Those who understand it and those who don't. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that still don't understand it. And unfortunately, those are the ones that are out there protesting. I'm just going to say it like it is. That's just the way it is. That's just the fact. They're the ones out there protesting. Because, the reason that those of us who understand economics aren't protesting is because we understand economics. We understand that won't solve anything. Nothing that we can do other than lower the amount of trucks on the market is going to increase rates. It just isn't. That's the problem right now. It's all about supply and demand. That is, heck, I learned what supply and demand was in junior high. And some of these guys out here running a business don't even understand it. It's really kind of disturbing, to be honest. But anyways, I'm starting to get into that rant before I even get into the rant. So we'll just leave that to be until the end. So an announcement. Levi has left the chat. Levi's out. Levi's left the building. Levi is sold. Levi has gone on to a new owner. It was sad to see it go. He's down in Kentucky. He's doing a lot of stuff to it. Unfortunately, I try to be fair with everybody in any circumstance. Oh, there's a fly. I picked up a fly at my last pickup. Darn it. When he came to look at the truck, we fired it up and, oh my gosh. Seriously, fly, I'm dead. It never ceases to fail. Every time there's a fly flying around the door, as soon as you open the door, it goes right back into the truck. It's like, sucker, joke's on you. I ain't leaving. I'm just trying to make you open the door. As soon as he comes back, I'm opening the door again. Haha, that fly thinks he's going to train me. He's got another thing coming.
Stop it!
Really? When we fired the truck up, it poofed out some white smoke. And I'm like, oh, great. And I thought that it was just from sitting for a while. Maybe some, rain was stuck in the pipes. I don't know. Moisture may have been down there. But it kept lightly putting out. Oh. Haha, sucker. I think I got him. It continued to, have that whitish exhaust come out. So I'm like, all right, so he still wanted the truck really bad. It wasn't doing this before I parked the truck. Otherwise, I would have notated that in the ad for it. So I told him, I'm like, okay, well, here's what I can do, and I went ahead and put the truck in the shop and at least diagnosed it. I wanted to see what it was, make sure it wasn't something too serious. Not very long ago, we had cylinder number 2 replaced, or not replaced, not cylinder, no, the injector for cylinder 2 replaced, and that was, I believe, just a malfunctioning. Well, it was a bad injector, but apparently injector 3 was overfueling here just recently, and I'm assuming that has to do with the fact it just hasn't been ran for a while. So it sat for a couple months, and that's kind of what happens sometimes to these trucks when they sit. So it was overfueling, creating that white smoke, or that grayish white smoke. So he told me not to worry about fixing it. He'd go ahead and do it. He had some injectors anyways that he was going to use. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So I sold the truck for not that far off of what I was asking. So I gave him several $1,000s off of what I was asking for it. But out of respect for him, I'm not going to divulge exactly what I sold it for, but I was happy with it. He was happy with it, and that's all that mattered. So yeah, Levi is now gone. You will not see Levi on the channel anymore. He is doing some customizing to it. He's planning on doing a lot more than I ever did to it. He's going to put the straight pipes on. He's going to do some more chrome and do a whole lot more stuff to it. And he said he'd let me know and send me a picture of everything once it's done. So I'm kind of curious to see how that turns out. But also later on, I do have something I'm going to show you guys. Here soon, I want to introduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, as I'm sure he would like to consider himself to be. But the owner of the company that I'm leased on to, mainly just because he's a cool guy. He's a hell of a nice guy. He just is. We give each other shit, but he's a hell of a good dude. But he did something, and we're gonna show that in the channel when he's ready. I think you guys are gonna like it. It's pretty cool. And man, I gotta tell you guys, I cannot say enough how grateful I am to be where I'm at. I really can't. I just can't. I really can never see myself leaving, because this is more than I made ever on the spot market, at least in a consistent fashion. I cannot, and I'm home every other day. If I do Chicago, I'm home every day. Or as I am now, I'm home every other day. It's just not, it really is kind of a dream come true for me. I mean, it just is. It's a great situation. But anyway, that's, like I said, those are the announcements. That's why I have not put up many videos here lately. It's very hard to be creative, when I do the same thing over and over. I don't know, maybe I'll throw a clip or two in from the video, from the one I was going to upload, but I'm going to delete it. Maybe I'll take a clip or so out of there. But it's been pretty around here. I'll tell you what, guys. The rain here in Pennsylvania, it really creates some beautiful landscaping out here. Grass gets green, so green. And the blooming trees, the blossoming trees. It really is. It's a beautiful drive out here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. It just is. It's enjoyable. So anyways, guys, with that, we'll go ahead and get to the rant, and yeah, we'll just get to the rant, and we'll go from there. Try not to get too butthurt over that rant, but I'm sure some people will. Leave it in the comments if you have a disagreement, but I'm really just sick and tired of people just not understanding what's going on. I really am. and then basically making it harder on everybody else because of it. So anyways, there it is, guys. Enjoy. All right, well, I guess I'm going to close out this video right here. This will be the ending scene. I guess I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Oh man, I just was listening to one of Mother Trucker's recent videos about interviewing a guy that was doing a hunger strike in DC to protest for the protest in support of the broker transparency bill. I could not disagree more with that bill, but I'll get to that in a second. He was doing a hunger strike there, as if anybody in DC gives a rat's ass about any of the drivers to the point that they care if they starve to death in their truck. And then to top it off, he was saying,
"Yeah, but I was doing it, but but then I had to get home. I had to get home."
Because that's exactly how strikes work, right? That's exactly how protests work. They work when it's convenient, right? That's how all this stuff works. That's how we make changes out here and show our solidarity, is by protesting. But I gotta get home.
I'm sorry. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. My apologies, I gotta go.
I'm sorry, got the kids at home, you got the family at home, I don't have any money at home, I gotta go. No, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Alright, first off, now that I've aired my grievances about these bozos doing that protest, I could not, for the life of me, go without bringing this up. In his video, he talked about how he's supporting a minimum mileage rate. What would you guess that was? Probably a lot of you have seen the video. But for anybody that hasn't seen the video, what would you guess that mileage rate is? $2.75, $3, $3.25. What would you guess? $5 a mile. $5 a mile. Now I know some people are going to say, well, that's great. We could make $5 a mile and that would be awesome. And if we can mandate it, then we're going to be living on top of the world, man. We're going to be making minimum of $5 a mile. That means we can make more than that, but they have to give us $5 a mile. All right. Have you guys ever heard of the saying? Apparently I haven't heard of it either, because it just slipped my mind. A rising tide raises all boats. What that means is everything's going to go up. If everybody knows that we're getting $5 a mile, because they're going to know, because it's going to be a mandate. It's going to be a law. Not that I'm not saying it's going to get passed, but if it were to get passed, everybody would know that that's what we're getting, because it's a law. It'll be easier to look up. So that means, you think the cost of tires right now are out of this world? You think fuel is out of this world? You think everything right now is expensive? Just wait till everybody knows that we're getting $5 a mile. That's insane. If you want to speed up the availability of driverless trucks, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is exactly why you see so many more kiosks at fast food restaurants and everywhere. Fast food restaurants, you're seeing them in truck stops now. You're seeing them at, obviously we've had the self-checkouts at grocery stores. You're seeing these, and they're getting ramped up. The production of these are being ramped up. The delivery to different, like the distribution of these kiosks to different stores are being ramped up. And that's because of the $15 minimum wage protests. It's cheaper after a certain point, it is cheaper to buy the machines and use them. It just is. And that's going to be what's going to happen with a $5 minimum per mile wage. It's just going to be it will be more beneficial, more financially beneficial for these companies, for shippers, for the customers to finance their own means of experimentation and studying and finding out, what the fastest way is to get a driverless truck to haul their loads. They will pay to speed up that process, and you'll have all of these corporations going in together to pay for the research and development of driverless trucks. And they will do it with a smile on their face because it's going to save them money in the long run. Hell, it might save them money in the short run. It might be cheaper just to do that than, they're still going to have to pay for drivers. But, yeah, so in the long run, it's going to save them a boatload of money, and they know that. That's the risk. That's, they know this stuff. They're not idiots. And so what we're doing is we're encouraging them to speed that up. And you're going to be out of a job sooner than you wanted to be, or sooner than you plan to be or expect to be, all because you're trying to force these ridiculous mileage rates. And the broker transparency is bad enough. When was the last time you guys went to a car dealership to buy a used car and ask the salesman what he gave for the used car? You don't do that. And if you do you think he's going to give you an honest answer? No, he's not. It's called capitalism. Everybody is out here to make money. Okay, we make money, they make money, the guy above them makes money, the guy that they, contracted with makes money, but there's a markup everywhere. There is a markup. That's how every dollar is made. But, there has to be a markup. That's just how it is. When the car dealership, buys a used, that's the whole reason that there's a difference between a wholesale price on a car and a retail price. The wholesale price is the price the dealership pays for the car, and the retail price is what they sell it for. All right, that is the difference. That is why they do that. A broker, it is not our business what the broker is being paid. If you negotiate a rate with that broker and you are happy with that rate, what the hell difference does it make what he's getting paid? If you get $1,500 on a 650 mile run, that's decent. Then what the hell does it matter if he's getting $1,900? He's doing the work. He's doing the sales. He's doing all of that stuff. He's doing a lot of work, more than people give them credit for. And I'm not trying to, hump the broker's legs, because I have my own issues with brokers, but this ain't how you settle it. This is not how you settle things. This is just not how you fix the problem that you think that we have. It doesn't do it. It's not going to help one bit. I'd love for somebody to tell me exactly how forcing a broker to tell us what they're being paid for a load. I'd love to know how that's going to help you make more money. How? Because they don't have to give you that load and then they'll blacklist you. Sure, they might have to divulge that information, but then they don't have to give you the load, and then they don't have to give you any more loads in the future. So how is this going to help? Please, other than being a race to the bottom, which is all it's going to turn out to be, how is this going to help our industry and help you as a driver, as an owner-operator, as a small carrier? How is it going to help you make any more money? You know what will help you make more money is if you do what that broker's doing and you go out to direct customers and you sell yourself and you get a direct customer shipment. That's how you're going to make more money. I'm sorry, guys. It just is. This is getting ridiculous. We're acting ridiculously childish out here right now. We are really acting childish out here right now. And the guy that wants $5 a mile minimum and wants it to be mandated, which means everybody's going to know what we get. Everything is going to go up. You think that inflation is bad right now? Ho ho. $5 a mile on every single mile a truck moves? Come on, guys. You know that's not feasible. That is not feasible. From a fiscal standpoint, it is not feasible. Not even close. Anyways, that will end this video. I know it jumped all around, and this last segment was pretty heated. But man, I'm getting sick and tired of this broker transparency bullshit and all of this, minimum per mile bullshit. Sell yourself. Do something to make yourself worth it. I'm sorry, but this is just... all you're doing is hurting the small carrier by trying to enforce and support a law that forces brokers to divulge this information. It's just going to put more small carriers out of business. It's blind. It's just blind enthusiasm. That's what it is. It really is. Anyways, I'm going to get off here, guys. Y'all have a good one out there. You stay safe and keep surviving to thrive. And we'll talk at you guys in the next video. Later.